Okay, I've just been running around like mad because I've just had the ultimate mobile developer's dilemma, which is what? My iPhone has gone flat. So I'm going to have to do this without the benefit of my demos. So I've just, so apologies for that. I will show it all working. It puts more pressure on me, but hopefully you'll get the idea. So, as Patrick introduced you, my name is Martin Cookson. I'm the development director, business development director in EMEA for our mobile. And what I want to try and do over the next 40 minutes is share some of the views and thoughts of what Oracle have been doing in mobile. Now, I believe in a previous mobilities event, my colleague actually showed you some of the platform. I want to try and go a bit beyond that now and give you a vision of where we're going in the future. Okay, so a little bit of safe harbour, because I am going to kind of point a little bit to products which are not quite there yet, but you'll get the idea of where we're going. Okay, so let me kind of start off about the way I think about mobile and why I think this is important. Okay, I believe it gives us superpowers. Okay, it gives us superpowers because with mobile apps we can answer any question there is instantaneously. Okay, it gives us the ability to hear things. I can identify a song and say what that song is. I can see things and augment that reality and add things, overlay in that vision. It's a superpower. I can communicate voice, video, chat instantaneously. I can save it, I can keep it, anybody in the world. You know how I'm feeling because I can express it by what I say I like, but you also know by when my heart's now beating like mad because my mobile phone's not working that I'm feeling stressed out. Okay, so you know my emotion. Okay, you know my health for my Apple Watch. You know my heart rate. You know my blood pressure. Okay. You know when I touch, you can pass on my daughter when she sends me a message with the Taptic engine. I can actually feel my daughter actually touching me as well, and you know how I'm moving. Now you guys all know this. We have all these superpowers. They're not futuristic. They're what everybody has today. And the question is what you do as a community is about how we help our customers, help your users actually put these superpowers into place. And that's what we're constantly trying to do, is use your fantastic iPhone 7 when the battery's not flat, bastard, and or Samsung to actually achieve these powers. All right. So where we're going, we've talked about our mobile cloud service and how it allows us to build really good mobile APIs, REST-based, Node.js APIs. And from that, we're building more and more mobile apps, or our customers are doing. Okay? And I'm going to give you some examples of the sorts of apps we've been developing. And the platform gets better connected, because that's what you want. We want more of an ecosystem of better connections, the back-end systems that give richer mobile eyes to build better APIs. Yeah? So that's what we've been doing, and I'll tell a little bit more about how that is developing further. But where we're going to, and see if you agree with this, is people actually want a simpler, yet more intelligent UI. We don't want hundreds of apps across your phone. We want a more simpler way, okay? And you'll see where that's going in a second. The other thing is I've actually deeper insight. Now, I'm not a mobile app developer, but I've been helped to give birth to lots of apps. And the first thing that happens when you've given birth to an app is who's using it, what they're using it for, why do they like it, what don't they like, okay? And that's where we want to get a feel for that as well. So to give you a heads up, what we're going to be talking about is the Oracle Mobile Suite. This is the new cloud suite. Mobile cloud service is the key part of that, and that's the core bit of it. And the two new things I'm going to talk about today is our intelligent chatbot service and our customer experience analytics cloud service. So this is the new directions that we're pulling out and going out with that pace. Let me start with what we're doing now. Mobile cloud service is there now. Let me show you some examples of things we're doing. Okay, and by the way, we've got lots of customers now, lots of brands. We've only been around about a year with this platform, but it's actually growing faster and faster. So let me talk about this. I think we're all probably aware of beacons, yeah? We work with all sorts of people. We use these Estimote ones. I probably picked up the least intelligent one for my pack over here. And we're more and more doing these. So let me give you an example of what we've done with Estimote beacons. So this is Manchester Airport. Okay, hopefully where I'll hope to be at some point later tonight or early tomorrow morning. Okay, by the way, if you're not in Manchester, they have several football teams, not particularly good. Liverpool's my thing. Okay, so anyway, so this was done by the marketing manager. Okay, and the marketing manager for Manchester Airport, they have about 30 million customers. Okay, that park in the car park and they go straight through the airport and they have no contact at all with them. Okay, so they wanted to find a better way to have a better customer journey, literally, for people through the airport. So what we've done, we beaconized the airport, okay, using the SNMO beacons. We had a developer partner called Mosquito who helped build the app. And I'll see if I can show. And this is what I would have done with a real demo. So powered by PowerPoint, I'll show you the same thing. So the first beacon is at the check-in desk. You come to the check-in desk, you detect the beacon, and it starts a timer. Okay? If you don't get through the security within the 25 minutes, you get an offer, which is a fast track. Okay, so we pull this from our marketing cloud, we push this, and people get an offer to actually go past the queues. Happier customers, not as long delay. Okay. Next, after that, we have a beacon next to the conveyor belts. So, at a moment, about 20% of all the trays are checked. Yeah, 20%, 1 in 5. If you can reduce the tray count because people have taken the liquids and gels out of the tray, you get happier customers. Where do people go after security? Duty free. I just heard somebody whisper at the front there. Duty free. And that's the whole point here. Happier customers coming out of security, more likely to spend money on Manchester Airport and not on the plane in EasyJet. Okay? Now, admittedly, also within the airport, in the duty free, we have product beacons there. Now, at the moment, it's just simple presence notification, but we can actually do linger analysis, okay, so that people's presence in the vicinity of a nice bottle of whiskey, they can do it. And the key thing there is that what they tell us, if people browse more than 10 to 11 minutes, they're not going to buy. So at 10 minutes, you give them a push notification to convert the idle lingering and browsing into a real thing as well. Okay. Now the beacons continue. The escape lounge is offered, is available from 11 and 4, so that people, when it's not busy, they can use the escape lounge. And there's a few more. We do car park, and we do quite a few more way through the journey. Okay. The way we're doing this is the mobile cloud service. Okay, provides the beacon registry. So we use an event stream to take all the things as you're walking through the airport. We then say this is from number 56730, beacon ID, major ID. We then map that to a real thing. So this is security queue. And then we talk to a marketing cloud to say what's the promotion that needs to come from that. And then we do the push notification to actually do the beacon. Okay? Now the key thing for this as well is the analytics. So it's the understanding of the behavior that the marketing manager gets from there as well. Okay? So that's one of the examples we do with mobile cloud service, using beacons and push notifications. If you've got any questions, by the way, please don't shout out. I might miss my plane, but I don't mind. Okay? And by the way, beacons, I know people are talking to the guys before, they're growing more and more. I don't think people have seen this one here. This is called a mirror. Plugs into the HDMI, the one looks like a U, and then it will actually it goes into a monitor, and as you walk past, then it will actually display personalized content directly on the screen as well. Lots of examples I can talk about. I wanted to pick out another example we're doing on the platform. This is Connected Health. We're doing this with a pharmaceutical company. And the big thing with Connected Health is the rise of these very cheap mobile health devices, I say relatively cheap, which connect with Bluetooth into your device, like pulse oximeters, I can never say it, heart rate monitors, weighing scales. And what we do is we connect that into the iPad. Okay, so this is Susan, who's got asthma, and she can see a dashboard, so you can see her daily dose of what she needs to take. And then we can collect measurements. So we use the Bluetooth connectors. This actually feeds into our IoT cloud, Okay, so we take real-time data on IoT cloud measurement. I mean, it's semi-real-time in this case because it's not that much volume. But when we start to look at constantly worn heart rate monitors, then the volume actually grows massively. What we can then do is then we can have a kind of nudging that goes on to encourage Susan to stay compliant to her device. So the real key thing is adherence that we're looking on here as well. I'll show you some other things. We then will look at an attack log. So if she gets an attack, she can record the attack, and obviously we've got the advantage of location information we record as well. When we cross over then, we come over to the clinician, we use this concept of clienteling. Okay, we do a lot of this in retail, where we're taking the idea of clienteling over into kind of a clinical service delivery situation. So the clinician sees the data. It's actually anonymous, okay, but we know that Susan's actually number 1314, whatever the number is at the top of it. So we then can pull that picture up and see a complete view of the health that Susan's seeing, okay? Now what this might be able to do is to start to bring the asthma information. We've got the IoT, we've got the health data. What we can also might do is actually correlate this and say, actually, at the time that Susan had an asthma attack, the pollen count in London was particularly high, and therefore that's what we correlate as well. So this is what mobile platforms are doing, using composite data, linking this with IoT data to do that as well. So hopefully you saw this last time. This is our cloud service. It's a REST-based Node.js platform. We're completely free and easy. So I know what it's like. It's like a religious thing. If you're an Xamarin developer, we're not going to force you to use JavaScript. If you're JavaScript, you're not necessarily going to want to move out and start using our math framework. So you can use anything you like on the left-hand side. We encourage people to work together. So we use RAML to actually to submit your contract specification of the API you want. And then that API RAML definition can be built out by the service developer as well. We provide lots of platform APIs, okay? And these are the things which are, I mean, you know better than me probably, the difficult things about building a mobile app. So for example, working offline, you want to work disconnected, and then when you want to reconnect, you want to resync the data that's on your device, wherever it's gone, and reconnect it. So we provide an offline sync solution for doing that as well. In the Manchester Airport group, we're using the location API, so it's Wi-Fi, beacons, or GPS location as well. Analytics is a massive important part of this as well, and I'll say a little bit more about that later on. And we have an RMAD tool, Rapid Mobile App Development Tool. What do people think about RMAD tools? The work of the devil or a good thing? People are not committing themselves, okay? I'm not going to show it today because I suspect you're going to hate it. But the whole idea is that we can do zero code. My God, what am I telling the developers for? Zero code app developers, okay? Now, in reality, what I'm seeing with this is it has its place. There are the hero apps, the apps that you guys develop. These are the new e-commerce site. This is the new CRM site. And then the soldier apps. The soldier apps are picking a charity of the month, picking a car parking space, reporting that I'm sick and I can't come work today. And one of our sales reps has built an app using these tools, and he maps out where all the public conveniences are in Paris. Okay? And he's a sales rep, and he built that app himself. Okay? So we can take away a lot of the large number of soldier apps that want to be done. So an RMAD tool. It's best to demonstrate that, but I haven't got time today, so we can arrange that to see later on. It's nice. Of all these things, we're all on the YouTube channel, Oracle Mobile Cloud YouTube channel. You can see any of these services. You can get a trial as well. It's telling me to breathe. I've lost my train of shush. So the other thing about these RMAD tools, you can use them in a kind of life cycle of developing a solution. So rather than marketing people giving you a PowerPoint deck or a Word document, even worse, to say this is what we want to build, they could map out what they want to do in an hour or so, the basic outline of the app, and then you give it to yourself, then you use whatever framework you want to do to actually build the app out properly. The thing that's common between using the RMAD tools and the real app development is the APIs, because that's where the gold is. Okay? And that will be common irrespective of you're using an Angular and building a sexy new app, or somebody's using an RMAD tool and actually developing a very fast app. So just to kind of take stock on this first part of what we've been doing, I don't know if you can read this slide. This is a kind of evolution of the platform. It's only been about a year now. With like many cloud platforms, we have an iteration every 3 months. We have an interim maintenance release between them. So we've now done, our first version was about February 2015. The last version we did October, last month, and we did a max location. So it's growing all the time, the platform, as you'd expect. So that's mobile cloud service. That's the core of our platform. Classically, if you like to say it's an MBAS. Where are we going next? Well, I think we're at an intersection of several trends at the moment. I think I've already made the point that the dominant channel is the mobile channel. I think we all agree with that in the room. That's the dominant channel. The other thing that's happening is people who want support, and I'm just looking around the room, my daughter is like 21 years old, she would never ever pick the phone up and complain or ask for service. She would never call a telecom provider and say, what's wrong, it's not working. What she does, she asks her friends, what's wrong, how do I fix this? Or she chats. So we're moving from voice to chat for support. The other thing we're seeing is the emergence of chatbots, virtual assistants, AI. Okay? Now it's a spectrum of capabilities here. I think we're going to be more talking about machine learning, but not new, but it's really come of an age, partly because of the drive of cloud that makes this happen. That's the other thing that we're seeing as well. The other thing we've seen is disruption within the digital channel, and the messaging apps are breaking out of the social apps. So all this comes to say is what we'll have, and we have, is the intelligence bots cloud service, okay, which will form part of the mobile suite. This really is what we see as it's probably the fastest growing thing I've ever seen. We're almost seeing now a new requirement, a new request for a chatbot or a bot every single day. Okay? It's absolutely taken off. Why? Well, as I think you know, WhatsApp, 1 billion monthly users. Facebook Messenger, not far behind. In a different market, in the China, WeChat is massive. Okay? What's the favourite here? Is it WhatsApp? And WhatsApp users? Anybody Telegram? There you go. These people don't trust anybody. It's got to be encrypted. Okay. Telegram, particularly on other markets, we've seen it in Russia and Africa, Telegram, but also Viber. When Larry Ellison presented this at Open World, the Viber CEO contacted us to say he wanted to work with as well. And the key thing is here, you see this look at as well, it's that point there. We saw the same thing with web apps and mobile apps. It's this cutover where the messaging apps are now bigger, more users than the social apps. So you cannot argue with it. If you're in a consumer-facing business, you go where the customers are. And this is where the users are. If you want to reach users, this is where they are. Okay? Now, as a kind of slightly geeky UK reference here, does anybody know what those things are? Go on then. Daleks. There you go. What did Daleks say? An exterminate. So there's the app exterminators. God, the death of the apps. Can't say this in this room. Anyway, so what we're saying is, you know this. We're not against apps. We're against bad apps. Average smartphone is 27 apps on the phone, and typically 4 of those 6 of they use. I've got 150 apps, I think, probably why my phone is dead, and I use about 10. Okay. At the end of 30 days, only 3% of all apps retain their new users. So what we see is that people want a simpler world. They want to exist and use a set number of apps and still do the things they want to do. Now, I absolutely do not believe that we're seeing the death of the mobile app. Okay? There's lots of ways in which the app is far more effective, more efficient than any app robot. I give you a classic example. I use a banking app. I can transfer money to my same daughter, £30, and I can do it in 5 presses. I authenticate myself with my fingerprint. I select the digits, £30, click, approved. If I had to do that in a chat app, please send Daisy £30, which account might, it's far more efficient to do that in a in an app, okay? So it's finding its place, but what we're seeing is almost a brand new use case where you'd never believe the chat bot could be used. We are being used. So here's some examples of the things we're talking about. Anytime virtual assistants. So you can provide service, provide information, 365 days, 24 years, because a bot, not human, is available all the time. Conversational commerce. Has anybody seen the Lufthansa Mildred? Have you seen that? So the Lufthansa have done a bot. The bot's called Mildred. And if you have a play with this on Facebook Messenger, and she allows you to book flights, or actually she allows you to find flights, okay? And then when you found the flight, she transfers you to a website, okay? Which is not great. It's better if you stay within the same channel, okay? But that's conversational commerce. We've got new campaigns. Is my phone alive by any chance?
I wouldn't call it alive, but it's not starting to breathe again.
Okay. Thank God for that. Can you bear me a second, because it's better if I show you a demo rather than see if I can talk at the same time. So the whole idea here is that we can do apps. Just bear me a second, I can just connect everything up. Oh, my head's bad now, I'm dead. Please connect, please connect. Yeah, no. It's not going to do it. What I might have to do is get somebody from the audience to show me what I'm going to do. No, right, I'll do it the other way, manual way. So let me give some examples from this. So I show you some examples. This is one we've done with Barclays, okay? So there was a piece, and it shows a mixture. So the scenario is here. I'm a Barclays customer, okay? And by the way, this is a prototype, not real, because I've just mentioned the company, okay? And what I do is I'm in a retail space where I'm looking at an iPad, okay? So I'm thinking of buying an iPad, okay? And I use beacons in order to detect the presence of the iPad. So what I do is I actually use, in this case, an Eddystone beacon, and I'm going to choose you as my little guinea pig, if you don't mind. Hopefully this will use a second here. And you can see the converted, you can see I detected a URL, okay? And I can click on that, and it takes me to a web page, I'll use something else as well, which shows me a bot QR code, okay? What I then can do is I then fire up the bot QR code, and it will drop me into Facebook Messenger. So there's plenty more Facebook Messenger, but I'm running a chat bot, okay? So I'm going to read this out. Apologies, it's not as easy as it would be otherwise. So it says, get started. Hi Martin, we have noticed that you're interested in iPad Air 2. Are you interested in iPad? Yes, I am. Okay. All right. So great, what does the iPad cost? I could let you do this. £529. Okay. And then it gives me a choice. It connects using APIs to the Barclays API. So I can see my accounts, okay, and choice of accounts. I'll just show you a few more people see I'm showing here. Okay. All right. And then what I can do is I can choose regular savings account. So I've chosen regular savings account. And it says, we have noticed that the current balance isn't sufficient for your purchase. Would you be interested in a loan? Okay. So I'm interested in a loan. I say yes. All right, okay, integrates a loan process, facility process, and then it says rapid credit card passed, loan facility is available, do you want to proceed with the loan? I say yes, okay? So I've just taken a loan out via Facebook Messenger via a chatbot. So I'll come back to it. And at the end we have a smiley face here as well, okay? happy face smile. In fact, I did like that, okay? Now, you can see that dialogue there. If I just show you here a little bit more. Is that working? Oh, God, I'm having one of those demo days today, aren't I? There you go. So what if I did this again, okay, and actually did the loan, what I could do is a question will come, and Barclays ask is, should you be giving out loans inside a retail setting so instantly via bot? Okay? So what we actually decided to do is probably not actually. If I show yes, there you go. All right, I'll have to describe it. So what we decided to do is that when you actually get the credit, if you're actually having credit rather than just simply getting a loan, it's actually a bit too risky. So what we actually do is transfer from the bot to a human agent. Okay? And this is key for lots of companies who have a call center facility. We want to cream off the cheap, low-cost call center capability, dealer bot. But when it comes to something that's critical, which is effectively brand affecting, we'll transfer them to a live agent. Okay? So that's what we do. We use our service cloud. A live agent will pop up. She or he will check your income and then approve the loan accordingly. Okay. Now I've got some other examples which I can do on my phone. This one we've done with Honda. Okay. So it's about car servicing. All right. So in this case, what happens is, and again, I'll use my little demonstrator here to show you this piece. Use this. In fact, I'll even let. So this is the Honda one, and it's like this. What servicing would you like? Okay, car service and payment query. I can choose car servicing. I enter in my license plate. It brings up me a car to show the one I'm actually looking at, and it gives me an options of appointments that I can then choose. I can choose the appointments, and in fact, what we actually do in the dialogue is, if you ask the people, is there anything special you want doing to the car? If they say yes, then again, we'd probably hand them over to a live agent to deal with that more specialised request. Okay? Would you like to value service? And you've got that as well. Okay? So that's about service using a chatbot. Here's a really simple solution. This actually came from a customer. This is a company called JD Sports, and they sell sports equipment. Okay? And people on the floor, they don't particularly highly paid, but they all have a smartphone. So what they want to do is, if they want to order new sundries, equipment, they gave a choice of, do you want to do labels, security tags, or hangers? How many cubes, in this case, how many cubes? The little thing with extra small on the top. They can choose medium, they can choose the number, and then those things are ordered overnight. Okay? What we do is then connect to the ERP system and the inventory so they can be delivered. So a very simple solution for dealing with a mundane problem, but very simple. You don't need to build an app. It's all done. They've got Facebook Messenger, and we can solve that problem as well. Okay. Now, all these ones here will be done by Facebook Messenger. We'll also do Slack. We'll do WeChat, and then we'll extend it out to Telegram, etc. Okay. For WhatsApp, it's not available yet. Okay. Well, it is, but it's illegal, so we don't go there. So we use WhatsApp. What we've done is we've started a relationship we did this open world with Facebook, and when the WhatsApp is available, then we'll look at WhatsApp as well. Now, as your developers, you probably know that actually building a simple chatbot is not hard or expensive. You can use things like chat fuel and the oodles and oodles of solutions for doing the chat interface. Okay? But what we know as mobile app developers remains true. The hard part of chatbots is all the stuff behind that. Okay? It's choosing the personality and the character of your bot. So I talked before about Mildred, who's the Lufthansa bot, and I spoke to the developer who developed it. It's a lady. She did it in her holidays. Not hard. okay? But the question come when they created the avatar, who is Mildred? Who do you trust as a bot? So the social media people of Lufthansa have created a backstory for Mildred. She's 44 years old, she lives in Dusseldorf, she has 2 kids, okay? Which is not bad for something that doesn't actually exist, okay? The point being is you need to trust Mildred. So this is actually where our marketing agency people are going to have a new role. They used to do the colours of the website and the colouring it in. Then they helped us with mobile apps. The next thing is the choice, the personality and the avatar that goes with our bots. Now, any bot that does anything, it's all very well understanding that I want to take a flight to Dusseldorf or I want to order some more hangers. The important thing is the action. And just like mobile apps, 70% or 80% of the work of chatbots is going to be an integration. It's all about the mobile APIs. And if we get it really right, all the APIs that you've created to support the mobile apps, we can reuse with chatbots. Okay? And that's certainly what we're planning on doing. Okay? The other thing is the scale of this. If you do a chatbot and you're talking about Facebook Messenger, the reach is enormous. So we need a scalable platform that gives us things like Node.js, that gives us that scalability to actually do that as well. So it's the kind of 80-20 rule still with this as well. The other thing I'll say is really hard about chatbots, the examples I gave and the gentleman here had a quick look at, is the conversational, very structural conversations. Okay, choose yes or no. Really what we want to be able to do is to talk to bots in natural language. And natural language processing is actually where this becomes really hard as well. Okay? We don't believe you need a full Watson-style AI to play chess against, but you do need something that actually understands what you're saying. Okay? I know people, Christmas present list, Alexa, the Amazon Echo, fantastic. Get into that, that's really good. Okay, so what we do here as well is this whole thing I showed you before, having the ability to have the agents pop up and connect to this as well. So agent chat, and this in this case is our Oracle Service Cloud, you get a pop-up that allows you to connect into the bot as well. So this is the kind of options or way forward that we see. It doesn't mean you have to start at number 1, by the way. First thing we do is we offer agent chat into mobile apps. And for example, what we've done with Lloyds Bank in the UK, they are saying to them, they have agent chat on the website, but they don't have it on the mobile app. And yet 70% of all the users of the Lloyds banking app are on mobile. So that's where they want the chat. So the first thing we're doing is giving them chat to an agent within a mobile app. And one of the reasons why that's difficult is if you have chat on a website, you go there, you'll chat. If you go away again and come back, you don't expect to pick up the conversation. Put it in an app and the mentality changes. People expect to see conversational history, to go back and pick up the app history they had previously. So what we have to do is start to store a log to the conversations so that people can pick up the new conversation again in the app. So the mobile context changes expectations that people want to see. The other thing we can do is we can talk via Facebook Messenger or one of the messaging apps to a human agent. All right? Then we bring in the bots. First thing we're going to do is kind of the structured dialogues. Okay? It's a bit like choose 1 for sales, 2 for etc. But we're doing that in a structured dialogue that we offer the customer. Then we're going to offer language support. So we'll do English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, and Chinese. And then we'll start to expand that vocabulary out to more and more languages. Okay, we will start to understand more. There's a kind of difference here. With number 3, it's a kind of task-built bot. I want to book a service. I want to order more hangers. But actually what you want to be able to do is say, the bot wants to say to me, hello Martin, how can I help you? And that more natural language is we're going with 4 and 5. Okay? Not criticising anybody here, but with mobile apps, we've kind of taught our users to use an artificial language. Log in, submit. Okay, this is not the way we normally speak. With bots, we can get back to speaking the way we'd normally speak to each other, in the way we actually talk and get service. Okay, so I want to go to Frankfurt on a train. I don't want to submit my registration for authenticated login. That's not natural. Okay, so that's what we're doing as well. So, techie picture. This is what it kind of looks like then in terms of what we're doing. The brand new service is the one in the middle, the Intelligent Bot Cloud service. That's the new service we're about. Well, we've got a version now. We've got a new version coming. We'll continue to use the mobile cloud service, or MBAS, behind it, because it provides the ability to do all the integration and the connection. So if you want to talk to an ERP system, or Salesforce, or SAP, or Fusion ERP, or Fusion e-Business Suite, MCS will allow you to do that. Okay? At the front of it, we have an application container service. This is a Node.js container, which just allows us to do web hooks for doing Facebook out of the cloud, but also web sockets if you want to do a bot inside an app as well. Okay? In the center is a new piece. That's the dialogue engine. That's the thing that will do the natural language processing, and we have a bot builder tool. Okay? So the people who build bots will be business. Okay? These conversations, you might start to train more complex bots, but to order these bots, we expect it to be almost a business piece. So we'll have a bot builder tool, actually running on an iPad as well as a PC, and people can actually start to construct a bot. It might even be clickable. I can just show you a quick preview of what it looks like. Hang on. Will that work? No. Okay. One of those days today. So it's a tool, a structured, a WYSIWYG tool, so you can actually change the flow of the language of the bot. Top right-hand corner, I'll get to in a second, that's the Customer Experience Analytics Cloud service, which will pick up what is happening. You can instrument completely the channel, be it a mobile channel, a web channel, or the bots channel. Okay, so what's the things about what we're doing? So we're going to do multi-messaging support. So if you want to do Facebook, WeChat, Slack initially, and then Telegram, Viber, etc. Okay, we'll actually expand that out. Different markets have different preferences. We'll support English first, but then we'll quickly do the Spanish, German, Italian, and French, and Chinese for the natural language processing. It's all very scalable. It's all based on a Node.js platform. We'll do context. So what do you mean by context? You talk in bots about an intent. Your intent is to book a flight. Your intent is to get some more hangers. But the people might provide additional context about that intent. So for example, I might say, I want to book a flight next Wednesday. Okay? What the bot gets is book a flight. But it has to remember that I said Wednesday to use that extra information when I get to the point of actually picking a particular flight as well. So we'll collect that context and preferences in the information as well. It needs to be secure, of course. I've described not just B2C ones. I mean, Facebook Messenger is an open platform. How do you stop somebody accessing your internal B2C bot? Okay, you don't want them going in and ordering more hangers for you in the JD Sports capability. So we'll have an internal SSO. I'll also tell you that when I spoke to the developer of Mildred, remember Mildred's the Lufthansa bot, how can I politely put this? People are falling in love with Mildred, and they like to send her photographs. Unfortunately, the female developer is not very happy about the sort of photographs people are sending. Such are the pervert. I don't know if you've seen the film She. It's a bit like that, yeah. Horrendous film. Don't bother if you haven't seen it. So we actually have to put in protection and privacy and filters in order that we don't see this sort of thing. Okay, so this is some of the realities of what we're seeing when we expose this brand new channel and users as well. Okay. The investments is machine learning. Everybody's suddenly thinking about this. It's terrible, isn't it? And one of the things we're going to do is have language packs. So we will pre-train the bot by having knowledge in particular areas. So it might be a HR bot, which is obviously a big area we like to look at. It might be a travel pack, or it might be a banking. Banking is the biggest place we're seeing this happening. Okay, we're already, I can't name the company, but we're building a bot for a large European bank who wants to launch a student's account, and those students can do all the kind of transaction processing via a bot. Interestingly, although they originally set out to do it in Facebook Messenger, the lawyers got a bit of heebie-jeebs about doing transactional statements through Facebook Messenger, so they're actually going to embed the bot in their own app to start with. Okay, but I think we're going to get past that. Okay, people will do it, but it is a very interesting thing. You talk about man in the middle attacks. You're deliberately putting a man in the middle in this case, and it's called Facebook. Yeah. So it's a different world. We absolutely use now. I'm hoping this is a good message to you guys, because I think it's a hugely exciting opportunity to get into chatbots. But it's not like we throw away all our great mobile apps piece. We're going to take a lot of that with us. And by the way, apps are not going to go away. So all the APIs, all the skills we have in developing good APIs, using all the analytics, we'll use, but we've now got a super new way of freshening it all up and making bots. Okay? And the insights you get, I mean, unfortunately I couldn't show you the demos, but as you step through each of the steps through the bot, you can then do it. So you can see how many people were interested in the iPad, how many people were interested in the loan, how many took the offer out, how many happy customers we get at the end. Okay, so we can actually build that into the analytics as well. Boring slide that comes from our product management team. Intelligent Bots Cloud Service. It's so important to this. Our plan is we'll get out the GA product in Q1 calendar year 2017. Okay. We then will do like a 3-month regular update, and you can see lots of more. You can see things like Kik and Skype are planned for later on as well. Okay. So that's in Oracle speak, subject to our normal conditions. You know, first quarter calendar year, we'll have the GA product of that net available. Now, I did already say that we have got customers already today. So, sorry for all the acronyms here. Mobile Cloud Service, Application Container Cloud Service are all GA products today. You can buy them, use them, please do. The IBCS is the Intelligent Bot Cloud Service. You can see it coming in there. So we want and we are bridging this gap now. Okay, I don't know if I've got that slide on here. What we're doing is we're building it. We've got an interim dialogue engine that we've built for various people, okay, which runs on the Node.js platform, which is Mobile Cloud Service, so we can implement bots today. Now, we're really keen, particularly here in Vienna, if you've got an opportunity, you want to get into bots, you want to work with the solution we've got, we're really interested in you working with us to actually build this with us now. So if you've got a bots customer you see tomorrow, we've got a way forward to solve it, and then the GA product will come later on. Okay, we're already doing this in, I nearly said the country, then gave the game away with the one. We're doing this in various people already in countries, working with partners to work with this version now. Okay, basically, rather than having the more complex WYSIWYG graphical tool for doing your dialogue design, it's all done a JSON configuration file, but you can still configure it and build your dialogue accordingly already now. Yep, okay. Don't worry. All right, so last thing. There you go, see? Okay. This is another area. It almost deserves an area itself. Customer analytics is absolutely crucial to us. As I said before, when you build an app, the first thing you want to know is who used it, what they're using it for. But increasingly, like the pharmaceutical app, we want to be able to see and predict the way forward. Okay, so this is a tool that we've developing that goes with mobile, but you can also use it with classic websites, also bots. So it's an omni-channel solution that allows you to start to understand what the customers are doing. And I'll give you some examples. You can see the sort of thing here. So you can build a funnel, and you can say, show me the users who received an SMS, opened it, tapped on the link, took the promotion, and clicked redeem. So you can then, so the tool, you do the analytics of this, the business can then use these tools to do that kind of analysis. So that's a funnel. You've got a retention example. So show me the users' behavior, those who signed up an event I did something in the app over the last N days. Okay? So you start to build up quite complex rules for how you understand what users are doing. And I say you can do this in the mobile channel, which is where this has grown up. We're expanding it to mobile web, mobile apps, and bots as well. Or segmentation of users. Show me the users from the zip code who added items worth £100 and did not purchase or the app crashed. Okay? So quite complex algorithms that were put in the hands of business people based on the way that you instrument the app or the website or the bot accordingly. Okay? I won't go through any of these, and you do some predictive stuff as well. Let me summarise them. So what I've talked about today, this is all the growing Oracle Mobile suite of cloud services. Mobile cloud service is here today. We've got lots of customers, hundreds of customers. Intelligent chatbots, easy for me to say, Intelligent Chatbots cloud service is coming as a GA product in the first quarter next year, but we have a way now, if you've got an opportunity to chatbots, and we'll offer you a custom experience cloud service as well. Okay? We're all about building better apps or helping you to build better apps faster. Okay? We're really public about this. If you want to find more information about mobile cloud service, then just go on YouTube, and there's about 76 videos. You can get into it. If you want a trial, then you can go to the mobile cloud service, click the try it link, and you can actually try it out. If you do that, please let us know, because we actually get hundreds and hundreds of trial requests, and I get involved in filtering out. If I knew that somebody attended a mobilities event, I'll just say approve when I see that trial request come in. Okay? So if you work your while, just letting me or Patrick know as well. What we might try and do as well, if we can, and this is literally some conversations, we might try and do a hackathon around using the platform and chatbots to do something interesting as well. But we're early days of talking about that as well. Last thing, apologies my demos didn't work. You have to go and see this gentleman here and ask him to prove it did actually do what it said. I'll give you the money later. All right. Thank you very much. Is there any questions? Is that okay? Go ahead, yep.
I guess it's a lot of machine learning involved in creating a chatbot.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Yeah, so we've actually recruited a whole load of machine language experts to do this, although we've grown it out of the mobile tunnel. The sort of thing that I've seen, just to give an idea, is you have an intent, and you start to describe all the ways in which that intent could be met. So if you talk about something like service my car, you might say, I want to service my car, I want to book my car in, my car is broken. You start to describe declaratively all the ways in which that intent could be matched. And it probably takes about 2 weeks to build up that kind of machine learning piece to construct all the ways you will do. And it will then further learn from the interactions you actually see. It's not like a kind of Watson project, 3 months, big kind of Hitchhiker's the Guide reference then I won't do, but a big machine kind of thing. Okay, it is a more kind of contained piece, but there is a kind of machine learning part as well. Yeah. So, and it's a new skill for us. Sorry.
Are you investing in own language, natural language processing, or are you using available technology?
So I think one of the slides, I might have said it, it's all organic build this, but we are using some key algorithms that are available embedded in this. Underneath it, this is a Spark Hadoop database. It's Kafka, is all the internal stuff. You don't see that, but that's the internal services that the Oracle platform is using to actually manage and do this as well. Okay, if you want to get deeper into this, is growing all the day. You'll probably get beyond my capability, and I have to get a natural language processing person. But I must admit, I'm learning some new things all the time, even though I've been doing mobile for quite a few years now. This is a massive learning curve now into chatbots and natural language processing. Okay. I'm finished. Guys, thank you very much.